power. The power to be supreme. The power to be almighty. The power to be masters of the universe.
Oh, Masters of the Universe, the live-action He-Man movie from 1987. You can probably already tell that this is a pretty bad movie. So why am I reviewing it? Well, I kind of wanted to give the perspective of a kid in 1987 going to see their favorite cartoon live action for the very first time and being soul-crushingly disappointed. Well, let's get right into it. This is Masters of the Universe. First of all, listen to this theme song. Does it sound anything like the original song from He-Man? No, it doesn't. It sounds like the Superman movie theme song. I'm 8 years old and I'm already disappointed in this movie in the first minute. So we open up to Skeletor has taken over Castle Grayskull. Did I miss a movie here? I mean, isn't this what they were trying to do the entire time in the cartoon? And in the movie it's in like the first shot? Our villain of the movie is played by Frank Langella. Don't recognize the name? You should. He was nominated for an Oscar for playing Richard Nixon in Frost Nixon. That blows my mind. Anyways, our hero of the movie is played by Dolph Lundgren. I don't know, who else were you gonna fucking get to play this role? We catch up with him battling some bad guys when Man-at-Arms and Leela arrive. Okay, we're doing pretty good. We got some original characters from the show here. And who could forget?
I am Gwildor of Thenor.
Wait, who? Who the fuck is this guy? Don't you mean Orko? Yeah, remember Orko? Like He-Man's best friend? No, instead we get this shit turd. And yeah, there's no Battle Cats, so don't get your hopes up. Just like every other kid in the 80s did. So the plot of the movie is that there's this device called the Key, which opens doors to other dimensions. Skeletor wants it because he wants to take over Earth. Skeletor has ran Eternia for like a day and he already wants to take over Earth? What a greedy son of a bitch. Well, Gwildor uses the key and opens a dimension to Earth. Yep, it's gonna be one of those movies. You know, the movies where aliens come to Earth and they don't understand our ways, so hilarity ensues? Like in this scene, Man-at-Arms explains to them that ribs come from animals and they're disgusted by it. Well, what the fuck do you people eat? So they need to find the key on Earth because apparently it got lost through the warp or some shit like that. And it lands in the hands of this teenage couple. Wait, what the fuck? Holy shit, that's Courtney Cox! So you're telling me that before Friends, she was in a He-Man movie? Fuck, this movie keeps blowing my mind. What, is the principal from Back to the Future in this too? Holy shit, he is. So Skeletor sends out a bunch of these Star Wars rejects to go retrieve the key from Earth. They trace the key to Courtney Cox and decide to destroy the prom. Yeah, that's something you really want to see in a He-Man movie, isn't it? These freak creatures destroying the prom? Well, He-Man shows up just in time to save Courtney Cox. But as a kid, all I'm thinking is, when is he gonna lift his sword to get his superpowers? That's the best part of the cartoon, and it hasn't happened in the movie yet. He's just always been He-Man in this movie. So did it happen during the shitty credit sequence in the beginning? So after saving her life, she agrees to bring him to the key. But her dumbass boyfriend decides that he's gonna try to pawn it off. Like, that's gonna work. Who the fuck wants that thing? So Evil Lynn shows up to figure out why these morons keep fucking shit up and haven't found the key yet. But Skeletor gets that old feeling that if you want something done, you gotta do it yourself. So He-Man comes flying in on a freaking hoverboard. What the hell is that? He-Man never had a hoverboard. I love this shot too, like the neighbors don't care. Hey Martha, look outside, I think there's some hooligans about. So Skeletor ends up retrieving the key and at the same time kidnaps He-Man. Holy, he just came in and took care of business, no problem. Unfortunately, their friends were left behind, so they have to come up with a way to get back to Eternia to save He-Man. Then out of nowhere, the movie introduces this whole new subplot. Apparently if Skeletor has the key, He-Man's sword, and all the stars align, he becomes the most powerful man in the universe. Isn't that a little much to throw at an 8-year-old kid near the end of the movie? Back on Earth, they recreate the dimensional device by using a keyboard and duct tape or some shit. Just in time to save He-Man from getting whipped anymore. It's a good thing too, cause holy shit, what the hell is that? That is gonna be one of the most ridiculous costumes I've ever seen in my life. So they rescue him out of his chains, and finally we get to see the part of the movie why everyone went to see this piece of shit. Well, that was anticlimactic. Yeah, like, he didn't change or anything. In the cartoon, he goes from being like a wimp to a superhero. In this, he's just nothing. So then we get the final confrontation of Skeletor and He-Man, which is really weird. I mean, it's all dark and they have these weird technicolor lights going on. What the fuck happened to everybody else? Did they just bail and decide to let these two go for it? So He-Man ends up smashing his staff, which apparently was his Achilles heel. Okay, the movie didn't really explain that one either. That was his weakness? Out of one final thrust of desperation, He-Man destroys Skeletor and totally rips off the ending of Return of the Jedi. I swear to God, that's the exact same hole the Emperor fell through. Order has finally been restored in Eternia, and the lovebirds get to go home. And well, that's Masters of the Universe. So what's my thoughts? What the fuck? Well, it spends entirely too much time on Earth when all we really wanted to see was the land of Eternia brought to life. And oh my god, the lip syncing is so bad.
Gwildor, we must get back to Eternia.
I will give credit to Frank Langella, he did do Skeletor justice.
I, Skeletor, am master of the universe.
But there was one major problem in this entire movie. No, Battle Cat, are you fucking serious? Battle Cat is like the best pet ever. Well, I give it a withering old bitch out of 10. Stay tuned next time for...
In all their forms. And when he grew to be a man, he became the Phantom.
Hey everybody, did you like what you just saw? Well, please click the button below to subscribe. Got a lot more comic book movies and pop culture films along the way. If you have a suggestion, just email me.